The pink slime. This sentient ball of chewing gum is capable of brightening your day. Docile in nature, this slime can be found pretty much everywhere in the world, making it not only a good companion, but also easy to ranch. Not having a favorite food to eat, this slime will eat anything within the main 3 food groups: meat, veggie, and fruit. If food is not enough to brighten up your pinky saucy boys, give them a slime toy of a beach ball. Even though the pink plorts are the lowest in value, a majority of slime science gadgets require pink plorts to be built. On the topic of plorts, in lore back on Earth, pink plorts is often used for cleaning supplies and food production. If you find that disgusting, have you read what sort of chemicals are added to our foods? Yeah, if you like McDonald's food, do not look up its ingredients. Overall, despite a low value in the market, their happy-go-lucky attitude is enough to make you say, the Tabby slime. This sentient feline ball acts like any other cat on Earth. It can bounce, purr, and steal stuff because why not? What kind of stuff? Well, mostly food that doesn't eat, like veggies and fruit, causing chaos across your ranch if you're not careful. Because tabbies are just like its feline cousins on Earth, they are capable of jumping real high. It is recommended to upgrade your corral with the air net, especially when agitated. While agitated, make sure to give your mew-mews a yarn ball. When hungry, keep an eye on your stony hens because it's their favorite food. In fact, keep an eye of all your hens. Just like pink slimes, tabbies can be found pretty much everywhere, making their plort value pretty low. In lore, their plorts are used for performance-enhancing products, providing the consumer high energy. Downside, it causes butt wiggles. I do not know what that means, but I do not want to know. Despite its mischievous nature, the tabby slimes are always eager to give the rancher a boop in the snoot. The Phosphor slimes. These sentient orbs of light bulbs are part of the most common group of slimes, but the only difference is that they only appear at night. When exposed to about 30 seconds of sunlight, they disappear. Where do they go? Don't think about it. To prevent this from happening, either place them in a dark, spoofy cave or upgrade the corral with the airnet and the solar shield. While you're at it, to prevent them from getting agitated, give them their favorite toy, the light bulb. Speaking of favorites, their preferred diet are fruit, especially the cube berry. Due to how common they are at night, their value is minimal. However, in lore, their plorts are very handy, capable of giving eco-friendly energy to a whole city for an estimate of 100 years. Despite only coming out at night, Phosphor's unique ability to fly definitely helps give light to the situation. The rock slime. These sentient blue shells are another group of common slimes that can be found pretty much everywhere. The only thing that's different about them is that they hurt a lot, giving 10 points of damage to your health in both the first and second game. Even though it is in their nature to roll around, you can reduce their tendencies by giving them a variety of different things, by upgrading the corral with the music box, feeding them veggies, especially their favorite heartbeat, lastly providing them a big rock toy. I kid you not, that's what it's called. Of course, being another common slime, their value in the plort market is not that high, but in lore, their plorts are very reliable due to the precious alloy in the plort known as blue metal. It is stronger than titanium and lighter than plastic, which is commonly used in the hulls of spaceships. Despite the rock slime's prickly personality, it is the slimes that will definitely rock your world. The honey slime. This sentient ball of diabetes is probably the most adorable slime in the game, just for the fact it is a slime made out of pure honey. Adorable, that is. Its plort, however, attracts unwanted attention. Due to how sweet and delectable honey plorts are, other slimes will do whatever they can to take a bite, resulting in particles or worse. Luckily, honey slimes can only be found in foresty areas like the moss blanket and starlight strands. When you do magic capture one, it's recommended to always keep honey slimes corral. The preferred food for honey slimes are fruit, especially their favorite, the mint mango. When agitated, give your honey ball a buzzy bee toy. In lore, honey plorts are highly prized for its natural sugars that the slimes produce. The sugars are so sweet that in its purest form can kill a human being. Taking the phrase, "You are so sweet, I might die," a whole nother level. The crystal slimes. These danger balls are the distant cousin of the rock slime, capable of producing ejecting crystals from the floor, causing 10 points of damage to the player in both games. Just like the Rocky Cousins, the crystals they produce are dangerous but can easily be destroyed by either water or ancient water. You can reduce their agitation in a variety of ways. You can upgrade the Gordo with the music box, provide them a crystal ball toy, and finally feed them veggies, especially their favorite, the odd onion. Now, due to the crystal slime's abilities, they can only be found in volcanic areas in both games, Indigo Quarry and Ember Valley, making them a valuable part of the ranch. In lore, their floors are used as materials for architecture, mainly for mirrors. Despite the crystal slime's harmful nature, it is crystal clear that they are just rolling with it. The rat slimes. These sentient balls of radiation can be found in the Indigo Quarry and the wilds, in Saber Largo form of course. Just like the name applies, the rat slime is capable of producing a radiation field. If you get too close and stay within the field, you will get about 10 points of damage while you're within the radius. When agitated, the radiation aura will also increase in size every 2 to 3 in-game hours. You can temporarily decrease the radiation aura just by splashing the slime with either water or ancient water, but for only 20 in-game minutes. You can reduce the slime's agitation by giving it veggies, especially their favorite, the Oka Oka. The recommended toy to provide them is the Power Cell. Overall, despite its dangerous aura, it is a rat slime to have as long as you know what you're doing. The Boob Slime. This sentient ball of dynamite looks cute but has an explosive personality. Can be found in the Moss Blanket, Indigo Quarry, the Glass Desert, and the Wilds. In Slime Rancher 2, they're also located in Ember Valley and Powder Falls clubs. A good indicator to know when a boom boy is about to explode is by their colorization. The veins becomes more pronounced and its core more fiery over time. You can temporarily temper their explosion by using either water or aged water for 20 seconds. When agitated, the boom slimes will explode more frequently. You can prevent this through different ways. Their main diet is meat, specifically their favorite, the briar hen. Upgrade the corral with the music box, and finally provide their favorite toy, the boom ball. Overall, despite its explosive tendencies, you will have a bombing good time. The Puddle Slime. This sentient water egg yolk is a whole new level of cuteness. The original design was just a reskinned pink slime. Now it's a blob of adorableness.
I want to poop the snoot!
Puddle slimes can be found pretty much everywhere, including the Glass Desert. Really? Anyway, puddles can be seen just by being in a pool of water. By building a pond, you can place a puddle slime in your ranch. Just be careful though, puddles are very shy when there's more than 3 of their own kind in one pond. You can tell when they're shy by the red stream across their face, resulting in a small production of plorts at a time. You can reduce their shyness by giving them a rubber ducky. Best part about puddles is that they don't need food to survive, except they need to be on the surface of water or else they will evaporate in 30 in-game minutes. Another fact about puddle slimes that other than ponds, puddles can also survive on water springs and fountains, but not in oases unfortunately. When a puddle is stranded and there is a stream of water nearby, puddles will naturally seek it out. I tested this behavior in the sequel and surprisingly,
no!
In lore, because puddles are almost made entirely of water, their plorts are used to make very expensive water that only the rich can afford. Overall, the puddle slimes require little maintenance compared to its counterparts, providing a splash of relief through it all. The Hunter Slimes. These little ninja cats can rarely be found in the Moss Blanket, Glass Desert, and the Wilds. Largo form. In Slime Rancher 2, commonly found in Starlight Strand. The Hunter Slimes are a distant cousin of the Tabbies. What makes them stand out is their natural ability to go invisible. Despite being rare, the best way to find one is the Mushroom Lake in the Moss Blanket and the Oasis in the Glass Desert. In Slime Rancher 2, in Starlight Strand, near the ruins. Due to Hunter's rarity, their plort value is quite high, making it a profitable venture to pursue. Once captured, it is important to upgrade your gorilla with the double net and air net because these slimes are not only very jumpy but get feral when agitated. Now, if you're considering turning them into largos, be warned that hunter largos will immediately become feral upon transforming. It is recommended to have with you a few hens or the taming bell. While you're at it, give these slimes their favorite toy, stuffed chicken, and their favorite source of meat, rostro. In lore, hunter plorts are used as a serum that renders the person to go invisible. The effects last for a day, but during that time, users experience a soothing sensation. Overall, the feral cats are a perfect addition to your ranch if you know where to find them. The quantum slimes. These cute, ghostly rounded phantoms can be found in the ancient ruins and the glass desert. The quantum has the ability to create ghost copies of itself known as cupids. At first, these holographic projections look harmless, but at a certain point, the slime will teleport to the cupid's location. At 0% agitation, the slime will create cupids every 20 seconds. At 100% agitation, will produce a cupid every 5 seconds. However, at the 20% mark, the slime will begin teleporting, making the quantum slimes the trickiest slimes to corral. To get rid of cupid, just simply splash it with water. It is recommended to feed the slime its main diet fruit, specifically Fate's lemon. To further decrease agitation, it is recommended to give its favorite toy, the puzzle cube. Overall, these little phantoms can be a pain to maintain, but their new box value is worth in all forms of realities. The fire slimes. These little fiery pancakes are only located in volcanic areas. In Slime Rancher 1, in the glass desert during eruptions, and in Slime Rancher 2, in Emperor Valley. They look cute, but will damage the player if you get too close. Even other slimes are not safe around them. Slimes will get agitated and knocked back from contact, while food and chickens will be destroyed. You can temporarily vanquish their flame with water. As for food, the slime will only eat ash, which you cannot find in the wild. Instead, you need to construct an incinerator to not only hold your slimes, but also feed them by throwing food into the flame, creating ash for them to eat. Anything else thrown into the incinerator will not produce ash. The fire slime's favorite toy is the charcoal brick. Despite the slime's hot-headed nature, just like the puddle slime, it requires less maintenance to care for the slime. The Dervish slimes. These balls of wind devils can be found spinning around in the glass desert. When agitated, the slime is capable of producing many tornadoes that can wreak havoc across your ranch. Not only that, these cyclones can pick up food, plorts, and slimes, resulting in possibly a Tarr outbreak if you're not careful. The only slime that is not affected by these cyclones is other Dervish slimes. To prevent this from happening, make sure to feed them fruit, especially their favorite, the pickle pear. As for the toy, provide them with the gyro top. Overall, despite the slime's chaotic abilities, its cuteness will definitely blow you away. The Tangle slime. These carnivorous ball plants are made to look adorable, but a vicious predator can only be found in the glass desert after restoring an oasis. The Tangle slimes have the unique ability to utilize roots underground in order to capture prey at a distance, including outside their corral. Not just that, when agitated, Tangles will release pollen that causes nearby slimes to sneeze and get agitated as well. To prevent this, it is recommended to place these slimes in the overgrowth where the plots of land are separated apart. Additionally, providing their main diet meat, specifically the painted hen. Their favorite toy is the soulmate. Overall, despite the Tangle's deep-rooted history, its flowery and adorable appearance is charming to have around. The Mosaic slime. These little disco balls can be found only in the glass desert. What is special about these slimes is while in full sunlight, the Mosaic will attract other slimes, resulting in possibly some trouble. Another fact about them is not only is their body entirely made of glass tiles, but also its unique ability to create glints of light that erupts into a ball of fire when they hit the ground. You can stop these glints at least temporarily by splashing them with water or agent water. When agitated, the slimes will produce more glints. You can prevent this by feeding them veggies, especially their favorite, the silver parsnip. Also, their favorite toy is the disco ball. Overall, despite their sparkly nature, their high value in the market is totally worth it. The Saber slime. This prehistoric monster is the ancestor of all feral slime. One of the fiercest predators during the Jurassic period. The Jurassic period was a time where giant slimes roamed the planet as well as other things, thought to be extinct but were preserved thanks to the cold harsh climate of the Powder Falls Pluffs. Originally, these slimes could only be found in the wilds through their Largo descendants. Also through modding, of course. Now, thanks to the expansion, these Sabers are roaring to go, literally. Capable of great agility and have the ability to stun nearby slimes with their roars. Fun fact, they can even pick up food just like tabbies. The main diet of the Saber slime is the once extinct thunder clock. The plort of the Saber is mainly used as an historical item to study and learn the prehistoric past of the planet. Overall, the Saber slime is a pretty chill slime. The Quicksilver slimes. These silver pancakes can only be found in Nimble Valley that was introduced in Mochi Megabugs update. Unfortunately, these slimes cannot be backpacked unless you use mods, of course. Instead, their plorts can be stored in the augmented backpack. Traditionally, you can deposit your plorts in the plort market. However, the Quicksilver plorts can only be traded through Mochi, making each plort that are deposited with her a value about 20 new bucks. Unlike other slimes, Quicksilver's main diet is electricity. When fed, the slime becomes temporarily harmful to the player when touched. Fun fact, Tarrs are able to consume Quicksilver if given the chance. Additionally, Quicksilvers are the only slime in the game that does not have a hunger or agitation gauge. Overall, despite not being able to fatback the slime, its plorts will spark an extra cash flow at the side. The glitch slime. These digital slimes so far only inhabit the slimulation in Victor's Experimental Workshop expansion. Glitch slimes can disguise themselves in many ways in the digital world. Their biggest dead giveaway is their diddle face. Behind this diddle-wee face lay a pack of glitch slimes. Pure slimes contain a single slime. Largo contains 3 to 5 glitch slimes. Lucky and gold slimes will always appear glitchy, containing 7 to 8 glitch slimes. Glitch slimes are also able to disguise themselves as objects. Their disguise can vary from trees, crystals, and even rocks. Best way to know if an object is a disguise is 2 ways. 1. When the object shakes, that means you found a group of them. 2. If the object is spotted in an unusual area that don't normally exist. Objects contain 12 glitch slimes. In rare occasions, some glitch slimes will duplicate themselves, resulting in extra slimes to collect. You can save some debug spray ammo by mainly using it for object disguises. While in a slime form disguise, the player can easily reveal them by either touching or backpacking them. Within the 4-minute mark, Tarrs will begin to appear, increasing the difficulty the longer you stay in the slimulation. After getting bitten by a Tarr, the player can lose between 3 to 4 glitch slimes, or attempting to run through their spawn portals. By jumping into the slime sea in the simulation, it does not result in a knockout. Instead, all the items you have collected in the overworld will be removed from your inventory. Overall, despite not being able to be part of your ranch, these prop hunt ripoffs are great fun to interact with. The gold slimes. These golden nuggets can be found everywhere in both games, but very rarely. When encountered, the slime will produce a distinctive sparkle sound effect, informing the player there is one nearby. During the encounter, if the slime has not noticed you, the player can shoot at it with any item. When hit, will produce 1 gold plort or 3 plorts with the golden sure shot. The golden sure shot can be obtained after unlocking the 7C Rewards Club under the title Endless Mountain 3. The golden sure shot provides more accuracy as well as triple the amount of golden plorts it produces when hit. Golden ginger is the slime's favorite food. When eaten by the slime, it will produce 5 gold slimes thanks to the sure shot. Keep in mind, the player has some window to interact with the slime before fleeing and despawning. The golden slime cannot be eaten by Tarr. The gold slime can even interact with slime toy, be in the slime stage, and be given fashion pots. Another important fact is that gold Gordos does exist in-game. By placing a golden ginger in the Master Gordo snare, you are guaranteed for the Gordo to appear. On very rare occasions, the gold slime can appear in crates after breaking them. Overall, despite the slime's shy personality, its value provides a golden opportunity to get rich. The lucky slimes. These ball purses appear in every area in both games, but very rarely. What makes this feline so unique is their ability to produce dew bugs. When nearby, they will make a jiggling sound. In the event this happens, make sure you have some meat with you because lucky slimes love the taste of hens. By providing the slimes the diet, they will be airborne, resulting in rewarding the player 100 to 150 new bucks for their first feed. The second feed, 200 to 300 new bucks. The third feed, soon after, will be 300. Make sure you do it quickly because just like the gold slime, they will disappear. Despite being unable to store them in your backpack, lucky slimes cannot be eaten by Tarr, nor gets agitated. They can even be placed in a slime stage and react to slime toys and be given fashion pots. Overall, despite being an elusive slime, lucky surprised to encounter one in the wild. The Twinkle slime. This bubbly little slime only appears in Slime Rancher 1 during the winter solstice, first added to the game back in 2018. Since then, the slime became a yearly event that changed how ranchers play the game. Instead of capturing the slime, you obtain some goodies that are dropped from the slime. When nearby, the slime will create a beautiful musical harmony. When approached too close, the slime will reach a crescendo, where it will simply disappear, not before spawning a teleporter that leads back home. The slime will also drop orb-like objects known as chimes, where you can use them to create music. Overall, despite being an event slime, its chimes are definitely music to my ears. The Tarr. These slimy abominations are a result of a Largo that has eaten a plort that is unable to produce. Tarrs are very hostile and will eat anything, including slimes, chickens, even ranchers. Throwing a piece of fruit, veggie, or even tofu at a Tarr will immediately rot. Tarrs are known to duplicate themselves for every slime they consume. However, consumption of chickens or rooster will not produce clones. Tarrs will despawn in a burst of rainbow confetti after 1 in-game hour or 1 in real-life minute. There are many ways to get rid of these rainbow abominations. Water, of course, but you can also incinerate them. Placing a Tarr in a slime stage will halt their behavior, but will despawn. Aged water is the quickest way to get rid of them because it requires 1 splash of water, while regular water, depending the time of day, will take 1 or 2. Just throwing the Tarr in any open source of water will cause damage, including throwing them into the slime sea. Overall, despite their chaotic nature, their rainbow appearance looks pretty dang cool. The Largos. These adorable chunky fusions are a result of a pure slime eating a plort that is not of its type. Because of this, the player is unable to fat pack them. Regardless, this slime is still able to eat either of their favorite foods. By doing so, the Largo will produce 4 plorts instead of 1 or 2, doubling your profits. However, be careful having them in your ranch because if a Largo eats a plort that is outside of their types, it will turn into a Tarr. Or if a hunter turned into a Largo, they will become feral. Regardless, there are hundreds of Largo combinations with different looks and behaviors. Which one is your favorite? The Gordos. This mass of chickiness can be found scattered across the overworld in both games. Due to their large size, they are unable to move. The only way to quote-unquote move them is by bursting them. It takes about 30 to 50 pieces of food to burst them, depending on the type of Gordo and the game mode. In rush mode, they consume much less. Once burst, the Gordo will drop 10 slimes, crates, and either a key or teleporter. Gordos can also be snared through a Gordo snare. However, snare-caught Gordos will not drop a key or teleporter after bursting. Gold Gordos can also be caught as long as you place a gilded ginger on a Master Gordo snare. Overall, despite being a stationary slime, their massive cuteness is a great companion to add to your ranch. The party Gordo. This wild party animal appears once a week in Slime Rancher 1. The party Gordo is just like any other Gordo but with some minor differences. For one, they have a decorated party hat and glasses. You won't know when one is nearby just by hearing their jamming theme song. Lastly, they burst after 10 pieces of food. Bursting them will drop 8 party crates where each include 1 rare ornament and 4 party pink slimes with the same hat and glasses decor as their giant predecessor. Unfortunately, their decor will disappear after fat packing them, unless you get the party fashion pod. Overall, despite appearing once a week, their encounter is always the life of the party. The bear slimes. These angry boys are a result of a Largo not getting a good meal. Bears appear in both games, from spawning in a danger zone or from turning a hunter into any Largo variant. They are recognizable from their glowing red eyes, black streaks across their face, and their not so nice facial expressions. When too close, bears will attempt to bite you and try to stop you with their area of effect damage. To cure their grumpy behavior is through several ways. You can simply feed them, use the taming bell, throw them into slime sea, or if you're feeling evil today, turn them into a Tarr. Overall, despite their cranky nature, I have nothing to say. Tarrs are at least cool to look at, but pharaohs are a menace to society. They're like wasps. They stink you because they can, so avoid them as much as possible. The cotton slime. This rounded cotton ball is only exclusive for Rainbow Island. Can be found pretty much everywhere except for Ember Valley, making it a great starter slime to wrangle. But be careful though, the cotton slimes have a habit of bouncing around, even worse when agitated. It is recommended to upgrade your Gordo with the air nets and provide their favorite food, the water lettuce. They have a unique behavior. After bouncing on you, they will quickly sprint for a few seconds to any direction, perhaps excited to see you. Despite their jelly appearance, the cotton plort is capable of producing fluffy material that is a substitute for cotton, which is not native to the planet. Overall, this slime is one hop away from being a great addition to your ranch. The Batty slime. These adorable little vampires can be found exclusively in Rainbow Island. They are mainly located commonly in caves, specifically Ember Valley. Obviously, these slimes prefer flying at night, but did you know they could also survive in daylight? Sunlight exposure will result in smaller appetite and higher agitation, while in darkness, their hunger increases than a normal slime. If so, it is recommended to give them fruit, especially their favorite, the pomegranate. Overall, even though they aren't actual vampires, Batty slimes are easy to take care of, so as long there is no source of sunlight, something you can definitely sink your teeth into. The angler slime. This proud chunk of fishy roundness can only be found in Rainbow Island, specifically Starlight Strand and Ember Valley, near coastal regions. Based on the real-life anglerfish, its lantern lure antenna is capable of stunning chickens, slimes, and even themselves. Look how they roll around, so cute! Its light stunning abilities does not affect the player nor Tarrs. The main diet of the anglers is meat, specifically their favorite, the sea hen. Overall, this fishy chunkiness of adorableness is a stunning add-on to your ranch. The Flutter slimes. These flying oranges are only found in Starlight Strands, specifically native to Rainbow Island. Beautiful to look at, but their diet not so much. Their main food source is the moon dew nectar, which only appears at night in specific areas around Starlight Strands. If you do manage to feed a Flutter slime a nectar, the slime creates a sparkling aura around them, reducing agitation to surrounding slimes nearby. In lore, the Flutter plorts are surprisingly light, that if you hold several of them at once, it will cause you to float. Overall, the Flutter slimes may have a picky diet, but a beautiful slime that looks great free range in your home. The Ringtail slime. These rounded tanuki raccoons can be found pretty much everywhere in Rainbow Island and Slime Rancher 2. These slimes are nocturnal, coming out only at night, while in daylight they are turned into stone like a gargoyle. It is unknown why this phenomenon happens to them, but what we do know, instead of waiting until nightfall, the player can reverse the effects by moving their stony body into a dark cave, releasing them from their stone prison. Just like the pink slime, the Ringtail will eat anything. However, make sure you don't give the slimes any more food while having this expression on their face. Otherwise, you will end up a slime not producing any plorts. Overall, despite the slime's mischievous nature, at least you don't have to worry too much about them during the day. The Saber slime. This prehistoric monster is the ancestor of all feral slime, one of the fiercest predators during the Jurassic period. The Jurassic period was a time where giant slimes roamed the planet as well as other things, thought to be extinct but were preserved thanks to the cold harsh climate of the Powder Falls Plugs. Originally, these slimes could only be found in the wilds through their Largo descendants. Also through modding, of course. Now, thanks to the expansion, these sabers are roaring to go, literally. Capable of great agility and have the ability to stun nearby slimes with their roars. Fun fact, they can even pick up food just like tabbies. The main diet of the Saber slime is the once extinct thunder clock. The plort of the Saber is mainly used as an historical item to study and learn the prehistoric past of the planet. Overall, the Saber slime is a pretty chill slime. The Yoki slime. These ultra rare, delicious looking slimes can be found everywhere in Rainbow Island near chicken nests. You have a higher chance of finding a Yoki slime in Powderfall Plugs than anywhere else. When you do manage to find one, it is important to place them in a coop full of chickens, and not too full, or else hens will be less likely to produce giant eggs. These giant eggs can be shattered as you would with jars or crates. The result of shattering these eggs will cause an explosion of chicks and finally Yoki plorts. These Yoki plorts are considered the most valued in the game, second to the gold plort, making locating a Yoki boy worth investing the time in searching. Overall, despite these slimes' rarity, their value and adorableness is enough to warm your heart.